Hi everyone, very good evening. Okay, I think people have some issues with people. Most of the people have got stuck in the rain and all. I got the DM from this particular section. I mean, WhatsApp call and all. I got a DM from uh, two of the people, and I got even a message from Sunny and all. So most of the people are in busy, and as these are very important session, we'll review back and we'll see what we have gone through so far. Okay, so it is most important that we need to look back our playbook kind of stuff, so that at least so I can go multiple times. There's no issue, but we need to understand it deeply. Okay, so in a previous session, we have gone through about what is what is a logic app, why we require to set up, and all that we have understood, right? So the major consent is to schedule a repeated activity and setting up of your when you are very confident and you are 101% sure, right? So this particular playbook can be utilized, and it is automated as well as a triggered mechanism. Okay, so a day before yesterday, we have understood how to set up uh, a playbook from a template, right? Taken into, we have gone to Sentinel, and we have even gone to the automation, and we set up a it's under process. We set up a test automation route from our templates, right? We enabled two playbooks. I hope one is test playbook and the other one is called brute force, and the brute force attack was enabled. So these two got enabled, right? We created. So one is test playbook, one is block entire user incident from your available templates. So both are, something like, we are from same thing. Now, let's say you got an opportunity to work with a blank play, let's say blank uh, template. So there is no template is available, and you want to set up your own uh, playbook. As I said, you required some permissions, right? So whenever you want to play with any playbook, so let's say I'm creating a test playbook, or let's say I'm creating with a when the incident triggered one, or I'm creating a blank, playbook. So whenever I create a playbook, I should give a permissions, as I said, right? There is a playbook contributor role. Earlier we used to call. Nowadays that has been changed as a automation contributor role. Okay. So Microsoft Sentinel automation contributor role, so that we will understand. So we'll create a playbook called test blank playbook. Okay. Any queries? I think there is some. Okay. So I'll go next. So when I'm creating, it is asking me to connect with a managed identity. There is an option. So it is not mandatory now, but if you want to set up, you can set up. Okay. So I can set this on later stage. Go next. And I'm just creating a playbook. This is a blank playbook. Okay. I'm creating a blank playbook. So once this particular, playbook is created, it is clearly saying that grant permission to the managed entity after the deployment. So it is asking managed, you need to provide the identity to that particular blank, so that when this particular playbook should execute. Okay. So I'm creating a blank playbook without any entities. And now what I will do, once the test blank is ready. Okay. When the test blank is ready, what I will do, I will go to the identity. There is something called identity. I'll go to identity and I can select the role for my, let's say if I am the executor or a contributor, I should have that particular permission. So what I will do, whenever I create any kind of such, playbook, I will assign roles. I will assign roles to my that particular playbook so that I can contribute to that particular assignment. So in this particular area, I will assign a role, something like, let's say, I will, let's say, subscription and the loan. Let me should identify. Yeah. Now the role is something like I will select Sentinel. See, there is an option called Microsoft Sentinel automation contributor role. Okay. So I need to select this. Just select and save. So now means as though I am a Sentinel contributor, or I am a global administrator, it doesn't matter. If you have given this means you can create your playbook further. So this is we need to set up all the time whenever you create a blank playbook. So you need to come down to your identity and you need to assign the role. Now as which role? The most important role that I said, Microsoft Sentinel automation contributor. Earlier it used to call it as Microsoft Sentinel playbook contributor. Now that has been changed to Microsoft Sentinel automation contribution. That's why I have been searching for playbook contributor, but mistakenly I forgot on that day. Now I identified that it's not playbook, it's an automation contributor. So I select the role called Microsoft Sentinel automation contributor so that this will work seamlessly. So you may be a global administrator, you may be security administrator. To create and run any playbook, you require to have this particular role. So once this particular role is ready, now what I'll do, I'll go back to my Logic Book Designer. I'll go to Logic Book Designer. So as soon as I select the Logic Book Designer, when this particular playbook should execute, So that is what, when the Microsoft Sentinel incident occurs. So I will select settings connected to access. So I'll change the connection. Is there any connection? So it's already there. So I'm okay with this. If you want to add any more, you can add it from here. Okay. So what connection that you want to connect and when this particular activity should be executed. Those things that you need to tell, right? By default, it is taken from my internal authorization. So now what I will do, I'll go towards add a next step, right? When I click here, when the incident creates, as I said, when the incident is creates, what I will do, there are so many options that I can use, what I need to do and all. So what I'll do, I'll go for variable setups. Okay. Like I'll search for initialize a variable. That is a I'll want to execute a initialize a variable. Okay. Now what is the variable name that I want to give? Okay. Let's say initialize a variable is something like I want to generate an email. Let's say I want to generate an email. I will take something like email. Let's say email. That's it. Okay. I think it's more than sufficient, right? Email. Then the type is, let's say, oh no. I lost the network. Light has gone. Wait a while. Let's say I'll identify string and initialize variable, email and string. Now I'll go with a set a variable. Set a variable. Let me, so I think I set up here only. String is okay. Add an option. Let's say this variable. Set a variable. First, initialize a variable, then set a variable. Now for the set a variable, let's say variable name is email when this particular thing is happened. Now variable value. Now for the value, I need to write here like I'll use this. Let's say say hello team. I want to set a variable, right? So let's say there is an incident and details are as follows okay. Then I will give the details like let's say that I need to give in a variable, let's say listing. I'll do a listing. Or first I'll do UL first paragraph in a LI, that is listing. I'll give something like alert first line, and here what I will do, I will add a dynamic content. Okay. The dynamic content, I will identify the value. Let's say alert display name. So when I'll identify something like alert display name. Yes, I will identify alert display. Let's say alert display name. Add. See. So the first thing that what I'm doing, when the security sentinel, let's say an incident triggers, when an incident triggers, I want to initiate a variable saying that I'm setting a variable for each email. For email, what I want to add, I want to add for, let's say, this variable saying that hello team, there is an incident, and what is that alert is this, and let's say the second one, let's say let's say another LI start time, when the time got started, when this particular thing got started. Let's say I will again attach one more dynamic variable, dynamic content, let's say start time, alert start time. Okay, add it, right? Okay. This is one line by line. Okay. Now I'm giving the details to the people. When the incident triggers, I want to give the details like hello team, there's an incident and details are followed. Alert details name, start time, let's say incident URL if possible. Let's say incident URL. And again, I will attach the dynamic value from our area. That is URL, incident URL. If it is there, incident URL. If it is works, sorry, dynamic, right? Incident. You can give the incident severity. Okay, it's okay. I can give incident severity. Whatever you have as per the environment, right? Then I can simply, I forget to close this thing. For everything, I need to close. Yes. Now, these things that I want to give the details to the people. So I will close the para, right? So what I want to do is something like when the incident get triggered, I want to initial a variable that is email. So in the email, what I want to give is something like hello team, there is a incident and the details are as follows. Alert display name, start time, severity, and if anything that you want to attach like incident URL, username, source name, if you want to attach, you can attach, because if the value is there in that particular analytical rule, it will pick up. These are the common values. That's why I'm writing these are the common values. It's getting triggered. Otherwise, if in your analytical rule, if any special variable, if it is attached, so those things you can add it here. Okay. And then once this particular content is completed, let's say P, please review and update the incident. Okay. That's it. So you can give anything, something like regards, team, whatever the name that you want to give to them. So now the email body is ready. Now what do you want to do? Now I want to do again another action. In the action, this time what I want to do is something like I want to connect to, let's say, I want to connect to, let's say, which mail that I can use. Let's say I will do send to email. Send to email v2 v4 version is there. Send email v4 version. Okay. And here connection name. Okay, it is v4, right? v2 I required v2. So what I will do is something like I'll remove this. Which variable, add an action. Let's say I will choose Outlook. Is there? Yeah, there's the email v2. The email v2, I need to connect here. Now to whom I want to connect. So let's say if I have a connection with the base machine. So I have my own Sentinel, this one, right? So I will connect with that only. Okay. So sometimes it may be with that, sometimes with your O365 account, then you can connect via O365. As I have Sentinel, this one, so I will use this one only, right? SNTL 0225 0225 @outlook.com. Let's say, right? So, not now. The connection, once it is connected, so my connection is ready to generate to forward the above details. Okay. Let's say alternate name is these are the issues that we need to. So when you have a connection with Office and all, right? Code I need to match. It is 261735. Yes, the connection is ready so that I can use, I mean, this particular Sentinel app, Logic app will use my automated mail mechanism from this particular thing, right? So now the connection is generated. Once the connection is done, then I will get a send email option. So yeah. So to whom you want to forward? Let's say I want to forward it to Steve. Steve, can you please share your mail ID so that I can use your mail ID so that you will get a mail. Okay, otherwise I'll do one thing. I will give my own other mails. Okay, to let's say Vishnuraj 42007 at gmail.com. Okay, and you can give the review alert, or you can give something like Sentinel incident alert. Okay, and you can give again here, you can attach the email alert name, like alert name that you want to add, right? Alert name. Okay, incident name or alert name. Incident alert. Why it's not coming? Okay, incident title you can give. Yes, incident title. If you want to give any specific body comments, any comments, review and do at the earliest. Review and do the needful at the earliest. And you can give it in a blank, or you can give any bolder side and all, right? Those things that you can do. Okay. Otherwise, the set variable what we have done here, right? The same thing you can copy and paste it here also. No problem. That is also possible. You can give coloring and all those things that you can give if you want to give. You can attach any special functionals also, like what variable that you want to add, like alert name, all these, so right, all those things that you can add it here, right? Once it is done, so we are okay with it. So when the incident occurs, I want to initiate a variable, and for each variable, so identify these are the variables, like I'm creating for this particular initiative. What I'm initiating an email, because I have set up, right, what I want to generate. I want an email. So to whom? So with these details, to whom I want to sending, I want to send the email to Vishnuraj4327. In our case, where we want to send, we want to send it to the entire Sentinel team. So you have to give all the details of the people. So when the Sentinel incident occurs, so it will generate an alert to all the team that you want to generate. You can short it down by another way, like you can, rather than setting up your email, you can directly, when the incident triggers, you can set up directly, set without setting up the variable, you can send the email directly. But here in the body, you have to specify. So rather than that, I'm setting up email body like this and I'm sending. That is also possible. Okay. So once these two happens, now you can save this. Now you can see your playbook is ready. How simple. Okay. Initial variable. There is some issue with the variable flow. I think I have used email is not valid. Email is not valid. I think there's a white space. Okay. Yes. Now it will work. Now save it. So this space and all. Wait. Let's do one thing. I'll remove this. I will attach one more. Initialize a variable. Initialize a variable. Let's say that is email. That's it. Now set a variable. Set a variable. Now the variable name is email because the email was got, it's not mandatory to give email value. I don't think it's required. Let's say email value is, you can give the same value. Right. Now rest variables are okay. Settings. Okay. Now set variables. Value I have given, right? Okay, it's missed, right? So I need to type it again. Have I kept somewhere? If you don't want to keep it variables, like, let's say I'll give only this much only. Hi team. You can give it, but I'm going with a faster manner. Actually, it's missed out, right? UL paragraph start li. I'm giving only one variable, alert name, and I will attach the dynamic value. That is alert alert display name, right? So I'm adding alert display name. That's it. I'm adding only one rather than adding so many. And I can close this. Well, and you can give please review and update the incident. Okay. Right. This is ready. Our email, of course, we have set up already. I have connected, testing the connection, that if you want to send a message, you can send a message. Then parameters are ready, settings done. I have connected via my one thing that is there. That is Outlook, and it is sending to Vishnuraj and the details of details. And if you want to need it at the earliest, and if you want to do anything important and all that, you can add it. Connection is done already, connected via Outlook. Now everything is right. Now save this. Once again, there's a problem. Everything is perfect. At one, initialize variable email. Okay. Sorry, it is string. Sorry, string. Yeah, now save it. String value I forgot. Yeah, now successfully done. See. So my first workflow is ready. It's fully ready, and I can able to say that when an incident occurs, I'm initializing a variable, and so when the incident triggers, it is initializing a variable for each variable. So for each variable, what I am doing, I am setting the data like hi team. These are the data that I have extracted from the incident, right? Then what I want to tell is something like review and forward. So that's what I, once it is ready, you can send a email. Now I'm configuring an email for my Outlook. So first I select a condition and I select the connection and I select that send email version 2 and I connected with my Outlook, that is connection is connected successfully. Then it is asking me to connect, like to whom you want to forward. Basically, I need to give the entire team details, but however, it is forwarding to only Vishnu because for that trial purpose, as it is a test logic. So once this is also ready, now I save and I can go for a run. So it is getting executed. Yes, the trigger has been done. Now let us see the trigger, whether the trigger is completed or not. Do I get any mail or not? Let me check. So I hope I should get a mail with a basic condition. Let me check email. Hmm. Did not get any message, but I got Microsoft new apps connected to your account. Yes, I got the message. So let me check any new message. Um, uh, wait, I need to generate any mail for that, any alert, then it will get triggered. So what I will do, I need to generate an incident. My content is ready, but it is not getting executed because I need to generate a alert. So how can I do that? Hmm, I can take something like Mhm. If I create manually also, let us see, create an incident. Test, new. Incident got triggered. Now let's say action, run a playbook. There is no playbook. But when I run, it's failed. One message got failed. Run. Okay. There is some issue in the. Okay. There is some set variable issue. Start time, end time, skip. For each it got failed because execution set variable skip dependent for each completed. Okay. For each okay, that means I forget to automation deployment tools, Logic App. Perfect. And the incident triggers connection variable, send the email for each initiation variables, right? You know the problem. Yes, it's got run, proper run, but it's happening something. Let me check once again. Here, object null must be valid array. Everything is coming, the status is showing some issues. Perfect. For each triggered body object properties alerts. Perfect. Alerts. Status succeed. This is done perfect. Initialize variable. End time tracking ID is perfect for each. This is a place where the issue is getting triggered. Status fail for each. Alert must be an array. Hmm. Hmm. Deal with. There is some necessary changes I need to do with my thing. Let me check. Text blank. Logic App Designer. For each alerts. Perfect. Okay. For each alerts. Incidents. Okay. Let us see. Let me check. There is some issues happening. It's actually unable to identify any incidents. That was the reason. There's nothing more than that. Is unable to identifying any alerts or any incidents in my this one. So I'll show the same thing on my production environment where I have a multiple incidents that I can show you. It may continuously triggers, right? Then I can show you that. Otherwise, it's showing null because it is doesn't have any such kind of incident or a variable. Once it is triggered, automatically these two will be get triggered. Otherwise, we have also seen what are the variables that we need to configure. Even we set up the that particular configuration and all, and you can of course you can set it outside. So setting and all is because the triggering, if you are keeping multiple things, on the outside of this one and all, that gives you something like, if I'm keeping inside, it will become a single task. For each, you have to set identify the variable, and it will send. It need to send an email. That is what wanna explain in a playbook, but it is not getting triggered because there is no value is getting. It's showing null. That was an issue. Okay. I will arrange something for this. Okay. So this is the way you can configure. Of course, this particular environment is not getting triggered. For that, rest everything that you got it right. When this got triggered, how it is get connected to your initialized variable, then it's connected to this. But after this, it should go to this. But as I don't have any, I can go a bit early. It is getting triggered. Initialize for each is getting failed. Let me check what is an issue. Okay, that I will check it out and come back to you guys. Okay. So this is all about for the basic understanding of how to set up an email and how to write your content in a string and your dynamic values, how to select your dynamic values and all right. So further in a further session we will set up no that's not getting triggered, right? I will make sure that will get triggered in tomorrow's session. I will identify my production environment, though it is not advisable for me, but still I will try to figure out and I will show it. Okay. So this is all about for the day. Tomorrow we'll discuss about and too deep about the playbook, and I'll identify the good stuff out on that. Okay. Thank you so much. That's all for the day. It's not getting